A weight loss journey can be a frustrating process. Frustration often stems from feeling stuck. Stuck with your weight, stuck with your progress, and even more frustrating, stuck in your current reality. When you feel stuck, you tend to be more aware of the lack of the things you desire and are working towards. Confidence, a new body image, health, energy, and overall vitality. This usually leads to the "I've had enough of this" type of thoughts. You feel fed up with your current situation and motivated to do something about it. You promise you will not stop until you reach your goal. If you've tried losing weight before, this time things will be different. Yet, this same type of attitude creates desperation and impatience. There's a disconnect between what you expect and what you should expect from yourself. You expect perfection because that will get you to your goal the fastest. You decide to go all in, all or nothing. Welcome to my channel's Audiocast, where with just a few minutes of your time, I will show you how to empower yourself to take charge of your body transformation journey through simple behavior adjustments. My name is Daniel, and I believe that successful and long-lasting body transformations don't require extreme measures. It's all about consistent habits that can lead to powerful results. One of the lowest standards anyone can set for themselves is to want perfection. And here's why. When you become emotionally attached to the idea of perfection, not messing up, essentially, all or nothing, with your weight loss goal, that could be your diet, your exercise, or even how you measure your willpower, you begin to condition yourself for unrealistic aspirations. These unrealistic aspirations create internal conflicts that affect you emotionally and your self-esteem. This mindset makes the weight loss process harder than it needs to be. People crash and burn mentally before they burn out physically, which leads to giving up. This is because people create this erroneous perception that not messing up or this type of mindset is necessary to reach their goal. If things don't go exactly the way you want them to, you become prone to catastrophizing the situation. Feeling burnt out, lacking motivation, needing a break, or not seeing the results you expected for that week is now the worst case scenario. You've set an internal belief that you must not mess up, right? Otherwise, you're not on track, or even worse, failing. And in my experience, there is no such thing as failure. It's all about perception. A failure can very easily be perceived as a learning opportunity. However, this feeling of failure, and we'll use quotations, failure, can be very discouraging. You create an unhealthy relationship with your end goal because of what you think it takes to get there. You want to follow the strictest diets, go to the gym every day, and resist all temptations. But think about it. How realistic is this? It's only realistic if you're a robot. You're a human. The extremeness of the nothing part becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. I hope that's right. Yeah. You essentially manifest what you are trying to avoid, which is the nothing part in the all or nothing. Instead of getting somewhere, you actually get nowhere. The worst part is that trying to get back on track now feels pointless because your best wasn't enough. You're now hesitant because you're afraid of failing again. Justifying unhealthy habits and going back to the way things were is just a simpler solution than maintaining this extreme "I'm not going to mess up" mindset. You become discouraged because you can't stay on track, and you can't stay on track because you're discouraged. Has that ever happened to you? I want you to think about that for a second. Has that ever happened to you? You're discouraged because you can't stay on track, and you can't stay on track because you're discouraged. When you go all in on a diet or some weight loss plan, burnout is going to occur. And when you do take a break that you're not supposed to, like a cheat meal or just having a day off, or just by emergency, you miss the gym, for some inexplicable reason, in your head, you justify it, and now it's a lot harder to reset. we make this justification in our heads. We do these mental gymnastics where we just wait for the motivation to hit us again so we can be perfect again, or we can try again so that when we try again, we're not going to mess up. But this type of mindset takes a toll on you. And from what I've seen in personal experience in working with people is that the longer you do it and the more times that you reset, even if it takes weeks, months, the harder it gets each time. Instead of you waiting for the next holiday, or instead of you waiting for Monday, sometimes you might just wait weeks, months, or literally the main excuse that I hear is until I have time. I will take care of this until I have time. Until I can take care of my health, I will do it when I have the time. The worst part is that you move further and further away from your goal. There's a simple solution to this. You must think long-term as opposed to short-term. When you apply the all or nothing or the I'm not gonna mess up attitude, automatically you place yourself in the short-term category. And the short-term approach is only a temporary fix. A long-term approach equals consistency, which is a key to success. A short-term approach is similar to what we call the magic pill syndrome. You take a magic pill and life is good. You lose all the weight that you want and it stays like that forever. But the reality is that mistakes happen, obstacles happen, and life happens. When you choose to be consistent, you can better adapt when life circumstances occur while not neglecting or abandoning your goal. Be flexible and listen to your body when it needs a break, especially with food. For many of you, weight loss is something out of your comfort zone. Think about that. Even if you're used to bad eating habits, even if the stuff that you're used to is bad, it's still hard to attempt a full 180, even though that's the thing you know you should do, and quit because that's what you're used to. Those are the habits that you're used to. You weren't taught otherwise. If you try to do a full 180 from the habits that you're accustomed your whole life to something different, you're going to resent your diet, yourself, and you're going to resent the process because it's going to feel extreme when it shouldn't feel extreme. It's going to feel uncomfortable when it should be very comfortable to transition into a healthier lifestyle. Now, this doesn't mean it's impossible or that you'll never find a new comfortable. It simply means that you need a strategy. And part of that strategy is to avoid physical and mental burnouts. Consistency and success on a weight loss journey is recognizing the moments when you mess up or when, like I said, quotations, you fail. You look past it, and more importantly, you learn from it. You can reflect back and think, what could I have done to prevent this? Is there something that I could have done prior to prepare for this cheat meal? Is there something that I could have done afterwards? Are there alternatives that I could have looked into? Failure is about reflection and about learning. Don't find an excuse to quit and resume with your plan immediately. Don't dwell on it. The opposite of consistency is when you go all in, look for the quick fix, and proceed to catastrophize the situation when it doesn't go your way. Consistency on a weight loss journey also means giving your body a break when needed, like having a cheat meal or cheat day. Not being consistent is when you allow this cheat meal or day to break you mentally by assuming that you've undone all your hard work. Now, this is a whole topic that I could dedicate a whole video to, but chances are you didn't gain as much weight as you thought you did. Yes, there's probably some weight that you gained, but most of what's reflecting on the scale, when you check the scale either immediately or after, it's going to be water weight. And if you can get back on track immediately, you will lose 90% of what you've gained within a couple of days. Very easy. The people who yo-yo diet for months, even years, are not consistent. Instead of taking the time to understand nutrition and their bodies a little better, they look for the solution that will give them the quickest results. This reminds me of a saying that my dad used to say when I was a kid, and translated in English, I don't know if it sounds as good, but in Spanish it's el huevón trabaja doble, which translates to half-assing a task will only make you work twice as much. So especially when it comes to your body and your health and your vitality. Don't half-ass it. Don't just do it for the one day, because if you're just trying to do it as quick as you can and you're only focused on looking hot for your cousin's wedding or for, the work party that's in 5 weeks, you're gonna gain the weight back as quickly as you lost it, because you're not focused on the long term. You're focused on the short term. Don't look for the trendiest diet or thing that will solve it all in a short amount of time, because chances are, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. That doesn't mean that there is good information out there. It just means that you have to be careful with the promises that are made. Consistency is knowing how to take a step sideways or backwards for the benefit of the long term. Instead of trying to lose as much weight as possible in 2 weeks, focus on your long-term, lifelong lifestyle transition. In my book, Laws of Weight Loss, I outline 10 principles, or laws as I call them in the book, that are essential for people that are struggling to lose weight. People that have had a difficult time and have tried for decades and are still not able to lose the weight. This book is designed with those 10 laws to provide you with intervention tools that will help you get to your goal. Pretty much the last 9 minutes of this audiocast were derived from one of the chapters, chapter 3, avoiding the all or nothing trap. So if you want to know more about this mindset in detail, I would suggest that you check out my book. I will leave it in the link in the description of the video. And you can learn more about avoiding this trap, how to stay consistent along with other essential laws that you must follow if you struggle with weight loss. My goal is to provide you with the individual tools, tips, and inspiration you need to achieve your body transformation goals and cultivate a healthier lifestyle. Whether you're looking to enhance your fitness, improve your nutrition, or develop a healthier mindset, I'm here to support you every step of the way. That's all I have for you today. I'll see you in the next video.